I don't care what anybody says. I still think that's one of my favorites. I think that's my favorite opening. That and Operation Poltergeist is really good, but I like this one.
I really like it.
I like it's good music.
It's a jazzy tune.
Good. Oh, thanks. Yeah, and that's actually multiple tracks that I had to put. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so welcome back. Yeah, that's music from somebody, but then a lot of other stuff added by me, so that's cool. Welcome back to Kleiner's Kravenarium. I'm Raz, and the whole team's here. We're going to do part 7 tonight of Bindricker. The team is now, I'm assuming, getting ready to leave Torshavn. There is just one more thing I didn't want to jump into at the very end of that episode, so we're going to make a roll, and everybody can go ahead and listen to the story, and if you could make a learning, or I'm okay even with a vigilance. Let's go learning. Let's do a learning roll and tell me if anybody makes 2 successes on that. 1's good enough to get something, but 2 is really going to be the sweet spot on this one.
I got 1.
1 on Steiner. 1. Okay.
1.
None.
That's up to you there,
Cyrus.
Sparky. 0.
Donut.
At everybody at different points in the conversation feels that he's left, or he doesn't know, or he's left something out. It's just something, it appears in your head. You're like, okay, I get it, but... And Steiner kind of stumbled into part of it. Well, wait a minute. Okay, so the circle had to remain fully active. The kids were floated. He's trying to get to the kids. And then he said, well, so that was, how did they get exhausted? Somebody brought that question up, like, how did it exhaust itself? It exhausted itself out over the whole night because it couldn't reach the kids.
Because it couldn't feed.
But
is it like a troll where they turn to stone in sunlight? No.
You're thinking there's something a little bit more ominous yet. So that's something you're going to have to, but he won't give that up. He doesn't talk about it. He may not know it.
Here's a really weird thought. It could be completely off base, but what if the creature is one of them?
Could be.
And it's not a creature going across multiple villages across the entire island, but each village essentially grows its own. They're hiding essentially, and or they only come out every 20 years.
You mean like when it's your time, you make a geek type of thing? You create...
No, like a 7-year locust almost kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like they sort of emerge every 20 years all across the island, but everybody assumes that it's somewhere else.
Yeah. Okay.
And maybe they're not all at the same time, but maybe it's not one. Maybe
no, they're never at the same time. No. Yeah. So
no, my point is, but maybe there is at the same time somewhere else in one of the other islands.
Oh, okay. So you're saying there could be multiples of these creatures, and
that's what I'm saying, and that the creatures are either one of the people in the villages, and every 20 years they become this creature.
Yeah, but then it would be every 100 years. But yes, I see what you're saying.
Why would it be?
Because each village only does it once in a cycle.
But there would be a different person in each village. In other words, it would essentially be a family of these creatures, or more than one of these creatures that is hiding as a human for so many years.
I got you. It's a theory. It's a theory.
Did he have a book? Didn't he say he had a book that he was?
It's his grandfather. It's his father's book that he wrote notes down. It's actually his journal that he took from his father. Yeah,
right.
That he borrowed and he added notes. It's something that's been in the family for a while, and he added more stories to it. It's just it's local lores and legends, and a lot of it deals with stuff that has nothing to do with Nihankta. I mean, there are so many other facets. What's that?
It always walks out of the sea?
No.
What?
It says it always comes out of the fog.
So it comes out of the fog, but it can come from anywhere.
It comes out of the fog.
And they make the fog, correct?
The fog seems to be summoned by the song.
Yeah.
Okay. Song, fog, monster.
Yep.
Okay.
So if it cools the air by a body of water, it may come out of the fog near there. Hence the beach. It came up out of the beach, like it looked like it was coming out of the water. But yes, the Bindricker is in the fog.
Here we go. Real quick. This is just players right here. Let's
think it
through. Super important here because I think we're onto something. Because Sven chose the names, skipped one, and then it skipped. Okay, so someone has the power to summon it, or by doing this, they summon it to wherever.
And that was kind of a point that that I wanted to bring up at the end of last episode, but I didn't want us to get cut off.
Okay. Please.
So Torshavn tried to disrupt the ritual, drive it off.
Right.
And there was a 30-year gap. People got sick. But it was like 30 years before
32, whatever it was. Yeah, it was a break.
There was a break.
Yep.
It just went in the past.
They almost did it.
Yeah. And then, so Torshavn, like, we fucked up. They sent 9 boys to this other village.
Right.
Next in the cycle.
Yep.
After 30 odd years of,
15 more. Yeah.
One of the boys mysteriously was marked by Bone Drinker with his thing on the door.
Yeah, so I'm like, what started it again?
It was a villager in that village who went, I'm done with this.
And I think there's power involved in it. I think there's a magical person or something that is.
I think a villager.
I think it's a magical.
I think a pissed off villager targeted one of the boys from Torshavn and started the cycle back up again. A superstitious person who was like, the cycle's been broken, the pattern, we're scared. And
well, people started getting, remember, they said all the islands, all the villages were suffering. They started to run into a series of bad natural events.
Okay.
Correlation is not causation. It happened
but
3
you're
years
talking
after.
about.
I know.
Yeah. But now you've got, so from that moment, now you have a bunch of every 20 years villagers who are now prompting it.
Okay.
Names get drawn. Bone Drinker goes, okay, cool. And for listeners, I'm swiping my hand like Bone Drinker on the door.
Chris is saying he believes that the mark and the name drawing and the mark are just, that's all planted. It's like the name is picked and someone marks the door.
How often do the town elders swap out?
When they die.
So it's a life appointment.
What about the box you pull the names from?
The box that they pull the names from, as far as you never asked that, but you can ask when you get back to the other place.
Can we ask him?
Before you left? Sure.
Yeah. Bori,
he says, he tells you up front, I don't know what they use in Vestmana. We have an old box we use.
Yeah, I can tell you, I remember specifically the box described when we first saw the drawing.
Okay.
It was extremely old.
Yep. And he says so is his.
Yeah. That stuck out in my mind because this is an old ritual.
He says it would be kept in the village, in the village hall. We have this is a bigger town, so we do have a meeting hall. It should be there.
Can we go see it?
Is there a custodian of the box?
There are several men in the town who have a key to that building. I can take you in myself. So
please.
Okay.
To see it. We won't take it or anything. We don't need it, but we'd like to see it.
Okay. Yeah, Yesenia?
I'm not going to voice it right now.
I'm wondering if there's a way to speed up the process.
I'm concerned that we're going to unleash something on this island that's not
right. Exactly. Like, is there a way that you can bring it forth? Is it a matter?
Well, they're obviously.
I don't think it automatically just shows up every 20 years. I don't
either. I think that's
completely.
Yeah.
It's either a person with abilities or it's a device.
Yep.
Right.
Passed on.
Yep.
But one of the key things that he said that, and I'm sorry, maybe I missed it on the previous island, but the Benraker here heard a song. I don't remember them singing a song to summon.
They do.
Yeah, a song will be a rough translation of what they're doing.
Okay, I
it's a lot of. I think it was like a lot of just sort of moaning kind of. Or
yep, we actually played a small piece of music for it. Yep.
Yeah. When you think song, think like
right.
200 AD, 300 AD kind of stuff.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, a very loose harmony.
Yeah.
So they
keeping the devil away from winter, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right, you go to the main house. It's exactly what you think. It's whitewashed, a few windows. It's a decent sized building. It's meant to house, men when they come to vote, things of that nature. Remember, ladies, it's 1865. Men go and vote, right? Women just crochet. So so this building's built like that, but it's meant for town halls, for gatherings, for information sharing, things that's your part. So a big festival, something going on, they can open it up and open the doors up and put food and stuff out, whatever. But it's a town area. He opens the door, he goes in, and he takes you to the back, and he says, many things of the island are here, but the box itself is always kept in a cabinet. So he opens the cabinet, and it's not there. You nailed it. That the box has something to do with the ritual.
Wait,
and he looks and goes,
their box is not there?
Yeah, he says, this doesn't make any sense to me. Why is it not?
Because it's not your time.
Yeah, perhaps the box itself moves between the villages.
No, it's a box. We should always. I mean, we haven't opened this cabinet, and it's forbidden almost. It's really not supposed to be done. If it wasn't for the fact that you said Vesmana messed up their ritual, I wouldn't even wanted to open the cabinet.
So,
wonder if the box is gone from Vesmana.
That would be a big problem.
And that's why it's gone from there. That's why it didn't show up.
That would
We can
suck.
find out.
Whoever was controlling the box went, yeah, we got to get away from these people. This is going to cause bad mojo. And it just moved on.
or what if it's like, this is my theory, this is the Bone Drinker box, and it's one box that moves village to village, and one elder in the village or one person is like, I'm tasked with moving it. Your turn now, and
maybe.
like hands it over.
Don't know if somebody actually moves it, but I do kind of agree with your theory that it is one box, and that box is moving.
Let us burn it.
I think everything except for the end of what you said, I agree with. I don't agree that it's an elder. I agree that someone is surreptitiously moving the box. Someone is choosing to move the box for their own means.
Let us burn it.
Act as portals before.
This is the GM reaction to that statement. Now you can take that any way you want, listeners. I just made the "oh my god" symbol, the sign,
right? Because that's probably releases it permanently.
Good.
Or solves the problem.
Or
I doubt that's.
I'm Christian. We burn shit.
See, for the first time, you really are coming off like a Puritan. For the very first time,
right?
It's the devil's work. Burn it.
Yes.
Yeah, because devils don't love fire.
I want to ask Sven about this because apparently,
we could press it.
Sven might know because if he's the.
I think he knows.
Because I wonder how often do
Oh,
they actually look at their boxes? Because they may not ever know that their box is not unique. You know.
Yeah.
Or
I find if he knows.
The supreme ruler, right? The guy, the mayor, the Burgermeister, whatever they want to call each one in the village.
Yeah.
If he is given or knows the box is coming, he's like, I gotta do the ritual. It's time. Like it's my time. So, and they say that from the days of Odin, 9 names were put in. The names were put in, 9 were selected, and then they're put in that order. Whatever order they were selected, they go in that order. But he broke the order.
Yeah.
I asked the man.
Yeah, you ask. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah. Has the elder ever been chosen in any of these villages?
I would only be able to speak for Torshavn.
Sure, absolutely.
No.
Interesting.
They are old men. Why would Bindricker want old bones?
Why would he not? Why is one so different than another?
All right, is it chewier?
So, young bones are strong. More, they have. Everyone knows.
But what if
as
it's
people
not
get
the
old,
bones?
they shrink. They winter over.
But what if it's the essence? And if it's the essence, then the older a person is, the stronger that essence would be. Correct?
I don't know that. I know that there's never been chosen, and
never been chosen. Interesting.
Not to my knowledge.
All right.
Well,
I think we got what we came for.
We have a lot to talk
Thank you
about.
so much for your hospitality.
Yes, thank you.
I may I send a message back with you?
Sure.
For Sven, but I need him to read this. Just him. Can I implore with you to understand that it is important he gets this message?
Absolutely. We will deliver it only to Sven.
Mercy holds her hand out. I'll take it.
Give it to the blind girl.
Yeah.
Can't read it.
Right. Right. I'm not so sure that's good. As long as Adelaide doesn't open her mouth, I'm going to go, I got it.
Yeah.
Just pop that bad boy in here.
For me,
I'll make sure nobody else gets it.
we are reading this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're reading it.
Oh my god.
It's not a doubt in anybody's mind. We'll read it on the boat.
To him.
I mean, is it taped? Does it have
It'd
like?
be funny if you open it, just says they know.
Yeah.
They suspect.
Then we're not going to give it to him. We're going to say we got nothing from the old man. He stonewalled us. Where's your box?
Clearly.
So he writes something out. He does hit it with a wax. I mean, that's just normal back then.
Sure.
Just hit because there was no lickable envelope. So he just hits it with a small seal. It's nothing that's overly special. It's not, but it does seal it to some extent. It just makes it look like it's there. And he hands it to you and he says, my thanks. And I hope that this is able to be fixed. I would hate to think what happens to Vestmanna and its people if Nihangta were to fail and the other villages were to find out. It is not the first time we did it. Everyone thought we may have succeeded, but when we failed, they knew, and it became they shunned us for a long time.
Well, we appreciate the information you've given us. You have enlightened us in many ways.
And I'm sorry to have put this. We are sorry to have put this on your conscience, but rest easy. I'm sure that we'll come to some sort of solution.
Okay.
I will say your village has flourished. It is much bigger than the village we came from.
And he's the elder in this village, right?
He's one of the eldermen. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look at the bright side. You'll never be chosen.
Mine was 60 years ago. I was a child. I was not going to be chosen anyway. I will not live another 40 years. My time, I was here when the gods wanted me here, and I will go when I will not have to face it on the Nihangta. But the people that do it, as I said, we change the language. It is not a sacrifice. It is a gift. It makes people understand more what they are doing. It is a good thing. I wish you safe luck and a safe trip back.
Thank you.
As well.
All right, you get out to the towards the boat. What's his face is there. He's going to take you back across, Ferric, right?
Yep.
And his son is there, and he's like, "Did you find what you needed?"
We believe so. Yeah.
We need to talk to Sven.
Very well. He starts paddling. And they get you back about 35 minutes. The wind with the currents, plus you're heading down around the bend of the hook of the island, so you get a little bit more speed.
Mercy, who has the letter in her pocket, on the way back. So we're in the boat. We're paddling at the moment. We're sailing. Yeah. Okay. Mercy starts to, I feel gross. Starts to feel a little seasick.
Totally believable.
My stomach hurts.
I'm so.
I'm having my lady pain.
Lady pains. Cheers.
Ferric, I believe the movement of the ocean is getting to me.
I can't stop it.
No, I understand that, my good man. Is there a place?
That's a Norwegian thing to say. I'm sorry.
No, I know. I know. So it's like just blunt as hell, and does not understand sarcasm at all. It's
Sweet.
great. Yep. So it's like, is there a cabin that I could possibly sit?
You're in a
inside,
longboat.
Or I thought we were in like
a fishing boat. No.
No.
The net.
I pictured like a thing. A longboat? We're in a longboat?
No, you picture
like a 12, 8 person, 10 person,
50 miles
with one sail. Jack Sparrow wrote it in and then jumped off and said, "Hello, Mr. Smith." You're in that.
Okay.
Like
I pictured when I think fishing boat, I think it's got like a small like.
Oh no, not like a trawler. No, this is old time.
Okay.
They didn't have engines and stuff. This
My
would
bad.
Open boat to the sea. Off the side of a whaler, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Scrap my comment then. This makes no sense. I wanted
Can you send down I don't know, something like a Bloody Mary? I'm going to go settle my stomach in the.
I wanted to
my cabin.
excuse myself to go open the letter and read it, but
I understand.
now
you could
there's
do that
no.
in front of Ferric, but you'd be like,
I'm not going to do that.
right.
That's a bit sus.
Well, or you read it on the way down to the beach, and you just tell me that's what you wanted to. You took a moment, you quickly opened it. That's up to you. You could have done that.
I mean, I would have wanted like to slightly melt the seal and then like.
Oh, it ain't gonna happen. You either open it or you don't.
What does everybody else in the group?
You're a
think, though?
blind chick. You're not Ian Fleming. You're not like you just if you.
Honestly, I think that I don't know.
It feels.
I think if there's a way for us to reseal it.
Yeah, we have to reseal it really nice. So
yeah. I think there's
know what skill that would be.
reseal
Sealing precision. Yeah, it's gonna have to be like
stealth?
precision and stealth. Sure. And that's with a candle and some time. Like you're gonna just, you're not going to do it in the middle of the sea, But okay, yeah, you get back to town before you see Sven. You find a house. I don't know. You going back to the circus first to do this? I mean, you got to get a small flame. You got to at least weaken the seal. You know.
I was like a match.
A match. Okay, we'll say a match. Make a roll.
Don't
let the blind chick do it. Yeah, I know.
I'll do it. I'm very.
Adelaide's
nimble.
dexterous and nimble.
Yes, I am.
I would have loved to see Mercy just light it up like the guy from the Mummy. Oh, there goes Hominoptera.
Ow.
Oh, no,
Yeah, I got one success.
Woohoo!
Right, we're able to open it, and inside, in Norwegian, which only Steiner can read, is the word "locus injo." Locus injo, and Steinar, he wrote 2 words to Sven: Loki's Lake.
Loki's Lake.
Loki's Lake.
Try it again. This circle ritual thing.
Yeah, so that means Sven knows about it? He's heard of the story.
That's what it implies.
Okay.
That means this boat trip was for nothing, and I'm going to kill Sven.
Reseal it.
Oh, yes. Do that right away.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's
You done goofed and
no.
Yeah.
All right. I
Steiner,
guess we're off to go see Sven.
Yeah, I mean, Steiner,
Yeah.
what do you think?
It's to Sven. It's to Sven. We go straight to Sven.
Okay. You go
So there's barely a question in my mind.
We're gonna shout at Sven. Where is your box?
That's gonna be a little more shouting. So
no more shouting. Let's try to do this without shouting.
No, yes. Betty. I have to tell you, it's gonna be some shouting right now. So around the beach cove you come, and there are about 15 or 20 of Kleinar's workers inside the town, and they are screaming at the top of their lungs. And they have already, you see the obvious signs that there has been at least some pugilism going on between themselves and several members of the village. And as they see Cyrus, we lost Betty?
No, I'm
Cyrus.
here. We lost.
I lost Cyrus.
He's having audio problems. He's jumping back in.
He's jumping back in.
I just
He's
said,
having audio problems.
and as they see Cyrus, boom, I am good.
Disappears.
Cyrus goes, I'm out. Like soap.
Cyrus is preparing for his big moment, his debut.
Yes. So what's going to happen is they see the 4 of you now coming, and Cyrus somewhere falling behind because he's lighting a pipe. And they start yelling and screaming, and they're like, they took Derek. They took Derek. Mr. Steiner, they took Derek, and they're not going to give him back. And Sven is there with a bunch of the men, and they're shoving each other, and they're like, give Derek back. And he's like, no,
Derek. Who's Derek?
He's one of your workers. He's one of the hawkers for the show. He's been with the circus for about 15 years.
What the hell?
He's 51 years old. You know that he does have a daughter and 2 grandkids that he supports. His wife's his daughter's a widow. He does magic tricks during Yesenia's puppet show. He's just one of the rustabouts of Kleiner's Kravenarium. And they grabbed him, and Sven sees you coming up, and he says, "Everything's okay. It's been settled. Everything is fine.
We have a message for you."
And I have a message. The whole village knows. Bindricker is going to be back tonight. He marked that man's wagon.
We have a message for you.
Wow, Adelaide, that's a lie. That's
No,
a
we did
fib,
not.
and you're a fibber.
Where's the box?
Let me get Joel up to speed on this.
Oh, cool.
Joel's gonna love this.
Cyrus, as you come up the hill, there's a bunch of your people from the circus.
Yeah.
There's been a fight that's broken out. It's starting to settle down. Sven is there. A bunch of the fishermen are there, and you hear Mr. Steinar, Mr. Boone. They took Derek Hines. Derek Hines, Joel, is one of the hawkers for the shows. He runs the curiosity tent with all the collectibles that Kleiner made over the years.
Okay.
Guy's been with you for about 15 years in the circus. He's 51 years old. He's got a daughter who's a widow and 2 grandchildren he supports. He also does intro, like magic in between sets and shows during the matinees and stuff. He'll do tricks for the kids and things like that. The village has taken him, and Sven says, it's okay. Bindricker will be satisfied. He marked that man's cart with the marks, and we're going to settle this. He's been chosen. We took him.
Right.
We get him. We're going to get him back, or I'm going to start killing people.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
We need to grab the box, and then we just let Ben Drinker go to town.
Fuck the Ben Drinker.
No, listen here. They had my sympathy until they turned on us like this. And now I'm starting to think the only way we can stop this is to reveal the fact that the kid is not missing.
Oh, wow. Adelaide's already got to that. She went from second to 5th gear.
Adelaide!
There's been the mischief, the whole bit. It's like, okay, all you people are just devil people.
Do it.
Now, remember, your theory...
I will back you up.
Okay, before we get into that...
Hold on!
The theory is that maybe only one person knows or has been using the mark. Like, you've had these comments, these thoughts.
Right.
This could have been you saw somebody surreptitiously speak into Sven's ear before you left. Maybe, right? Like,
they gave him a name. Yeah,
right. Like, so maybe this is something you can disprove or prove that Sven's involved and get the town behind your side, as opposed to, oh, I see. We're gonna have a Donnybrook right here. Like, it's time.
So are we in front of them?
Yeah, I mean, it's women and children out of homes, except for the little girl that's missing. She's still in her grandmother's root cellar, but people have buried out. It's become like there's people with bloody lips and noses, and thank God it's only been that. No one's been hurt or shot or stabbed. But the circus roustabouts came down and they're like, give our guy back right now. Like, that ain't happening. And that's where it's a boiling point.
So we're very excited that you think you've solved your problem. What I'd like to do is talk to the boy that spoke in your ear and find out when and why he put a mark on that carriage. Because I tell you what, I think that you have been controlling this from the beginning, that you are foul and you are taking advantage of your town. You will release our man immediately, or you will find my wrath, and you will not find me as giving and caring as the Ben Drinker.
So are we talking initiatives? Does anybody else want to jump in on that? Everybody's okay with that speech?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not really going to interrupt it, but I am going to.
How's he reacting?
In all fairness, my character is prone to fits of rage. So.
Of course.
Yeah.
This isn't out of character. I'm just wondering if Betty's going to stick the dolls on you just to call Cyrus, calm down. Here come the puppets. Get him.
Well,
we're going to go to initiative here in a minute, I think.
I don't want this to come out into a huge mob fight. I think Adelaide.
I mean, that's fine too. We can simply. I mean, perhaps we can solve this entire problem if the people that have been hiding the girl in their cottage, I believe they are the grandparents, would bring out the girl so that we can end this charade that you are calling a long legacy, but has really been an effort to take advantage of innocent townsfolk for centuries.
What are you saying? What do you mean?
I'm saying that the grandparents are hiding the child in a hidden compartment in their cottage.
And that you, in possession of the box, control who comes after the bin drinker.
This is not a random act. This is a malfeasance, sir.
Okay, so you see the woman, the mother,
scream
of the young girl, just pick up a rock and hurl it right at Cyrus and scream, "You filthy liar! What are you saying? What would you have no right? You're an outsider!" And she
no problem, madam. I will get the child myself. And I stalk off to the cottage.
No! Now everyone's like, some of the men are like holding women back. Some of the, the women.
You will see that I am not lying. I am the most honest person in this village because I do not have anything to gain, unlike others.
Mercy speaks up, and not that she has to shout. I'm not going to scream into my microphone, but
is that what I was doing? I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Was
I shouting?
The adults are arguing, so she's gonna scream. What was his name? Keeper, the first man.
Sven, wasn't it?
No, Lorgy.
Lorgy.
Yeah, Lorgy.
Oh, the first person to die. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. If the Bone Drinker truly wanted Lorgy, and he was not sent to the Bone Drinker as a gift because his daughter went missing per Sven's orders, then I'm sorry, but it is Sven's fault. This is all on him. And yes, I'm so sorry, but Cyrus will prove it. This family they have disrupted your traditions, and they have acted selfishly, according to your beliefs, and they've hidden the girl in order to spare the father, putting all of you and the entire island in danger.
So Lorgy stops, and he says, "Stop, stop, stop!" And he looks at his wife. "You did not do this." And she just breaks down and cries.
Oh, the rock chucker finally cries, huh? Nice.
You're going to take a timeout right now. You don't call anybody a rock chucker. I don't know what you think this
There's
is.
There's a pummel on that
show.
board. It's made just for annoying women.
What?
Wow.
Oh, that come on. That was meant to be. That was meant to be a wrong comment.
That was meant to be misogynistic.
That was specifically curated to drive Mercy off a cliff. That's not really me.
All of a sudden, a rock comes flying.
Nice save.
Right from
we are
Adelaide.
Gonna have words.
Everybody goes insane.
Adelaide gets close, but Mercy hits the side of the house. She doesn't even know where you are. You son of a bitch. All right. So he's like, what have you done? I did it for you. Your daughter can't be without the father. I can't be without a man. What am I going to do? And he just looks at all the circus people, the town, and he's like, I am ashamed. I am so very ashamed.
You should not be ashamed. However, Sven should be. He has been holding back knowledge from the rest of the village.
And was going to take an innocent man who has absolutely nothing to do with your customs and your ways in an attempt to satisfy this monster. Release our man right now!
So several people do look at Sven, and they're kind of like hedging on whether or not they're listening to. They're kind of like in that, do we go, do we not? And then finally, Ferric, who paddled you over, you hear, and he looks at the three men that are around Sven, and he goes, open the door, let him out. Let him out. And they release your man. He's Derek Hines comes out. Derek is this 51-year-old guy. He's about 5'3". He's seen the coming of the Lord. Like he's trampled through the field where the grapes of wrath. Like he saw Jesus come to him. He's like, I'm not gonna live. What the hell?
Derek, no.
I just want to do tricks for kids. And like I do a
Yeah.
Saturday matinee with flowers out of a hat. I'm really not supposed to be here.
I'm so upset.
Did anybody mention Loki's Lake, or are we still saying
yet.
You haven't
Not
said
yet.
that yet.
We have not given him the letter yet. I'm
Yeah,
waiting.
I promise I won't throw that one out there. I've dropped 2 bombs. I'm not going to drop any.
I want to go up and give Derek a hug.
Yeah.
Lovely Sonia loves to hug people. She's so sweet.
And as she gives him a hug, Miss Baba is going to stroke his hair.
Oh,
Of course, it's got to get
Right.
weird. Of course.
Let's roll for cardiac arrest. What does that fall under? Let's roll
No,
for
he's
no. You
you
muted.
muted yourself.
Yeah, Lauren muted herself for a
Damn
second.
it.
Once you.
he's got kids. Like to
He's got
support.
grandchildren he's supporting.
Yeah.
So he just whispers in your ear, "It was all so fast. I don't know what I don't even know what I did." He's like, I don't know what I did.
Yeah.
But he tells you they bagged his head. They gave him a couple kicks to the ribs and they dragged him down here. Oh, you're gonna go on a boat? Go get one of their guys.
Yeah.
Right.
The bait, they went in the boat. We're going to grab one of your people.
But Ferrick didn't know. He's like, I'll take you over. Jesus God.
That is so wrong.
No, that's desperation.
How
Sorry.
dare you?
I think
Well.
I'm going to look at one of our ruffians,
Yeah.
regular ruffians, and I'm going to
Sven's
ask.
legs.
I'm going to ask him. Can you please take Derek back to camp? I think he needs some rest.
Yeah.
They help. They start backing out. The people at the Fair Islands are fairly hardy. The one guy with a slightly black guy, he's just kind of okay. It was a misunderstanding. Things happen. Like no one's holding them personally responsible. Sven, on the other hand, not a lot of people are happy with him. The grandparents are broken down. The grandmother's crying her eyes out. Several villagers, including some women, now that they're hearing the truth. It's amazing how quickly, and I mean this is not gender being biased one way or the other. It's amazing how fast the women are turning on her because they lost husbands and sons.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
you played the game and you just put this whole island in danger. You've
Yeah.
messed with Bindricker. They're furious.
I can understand where they're coming from. It's like if we all believe in this group mentality that we are doing this, it sucks, but we are doing it to protect the community. But you break the rules and you're fucking with me? No.
Bent the rules. He bent the rules.
Bent the
Well,
rules.
and did she pay Sven
Yeah.
to hide this child?
It looks like Sven didn't know.
Sven didn't know. You're getting a good feeling that Sven didn't realize that it was hidden. He just thought it was missing.
So who's what was the gentleman's name with the gun who's
Ferrick.
Ferrick. I think we need to have you with us when we really do need to deliver this message to Sven.
Right.
And I would like you there.
It's probably going to be a few minutes. He's answering quite a few questions at the moment, and you can tell he is getting hard pressed.
Yeah,
because the realization is that one put themselves like Lawrence, like Mercy's indicating, above the many.
Mm-hmm.
It's a terrible reality. But the reality is this is what we've all agreed to, and we're all living by these code, right? If you didn't like it, you could have left. You could have left the island any time before we got called to do it, before the box arrived. As to your point, how that gets here, we're going to find that out. But at any point, if you felt you wanted to leave, no one's telling you can't try to sail somewhere else or go.
Yeah.
But the community's always stayed close because it's family. It's where we're from. It's people get like stationary.
It's the sheep mentality too,
Yep.
right? It's easier not to do anything. It's easier to believe.
Sometimes it's easier to just put up.
just
with
pretend that that this is okay.
Yep. But you guys dropping the child thing at that moment was great because that did stop an entire altercation because they were not letting him out.
Well, in all fairness, I did that because I was pissed off, but
I'm okay with it.
It worked.
he is a rage-driven person, so I think it's fair. I think he would have done it.
Yeah. All right. So the little girl comes out. She says right in front of everybody, "Mama, I don't hide no more." And the mother is like, they're pulling on her hair, they're punching her. And the little girl sees it. She starts screaming, and the grandmother grabs her, And don't get me wrong, the grandmother's only going to avoid that wrath for about 10 seconds. As long as she's got that kid in her arms, the women won't turn on her, but it's coming.
It's okay, baby, if she's backing out of town. It's okay.
Yeah,
All right.
let mama just take that beating. I'm going to go back in the house. Let's, yeah.
Can I kind of want to break this up. So can I fire a shot in the air, just try to get everybody's attention? This is getting like out of hand.
Well,
frankly.
you can. Are you sure you want to? Okay.
We need to sort out the spin and
okay.
Yeah, we do, and he's here and he's occupied with this. So there's more to this.
Absolutely,
and we have a bigger problem because now he may have summoned Bendricker on our guy. So we need to solve for this. And
it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Yep.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that.
Yep.
Boom. So throwing it out and just trying to break it up, like, hey, break it up. Just screaming out into the crowd.
So if you believe, let's put this in the order of things, and you'll know maybe more about Sven. And I'm going to let the players kind of put this together as we go through the clues real quick. The first door was marked. They gave him somebody else. Mm-hmm. Remember, on the second night, there was no mark.
Right.
Yeah.
Then he never showed up. So to your point, and that's a great catch, if the mark is there, however they get that mark on, if that mark is there, it's coming.
Yeah.
So did Sven delay it, trying to put all the blame to you? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, he's
sure.
There's definitely a plot plan on that. He was trying to sort out his problem. Screwed it. Oh, well, you interfered with the ritual. You screwed up. No.
Yep.
Yeah, he's definitely been covering his ass.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's as simple as he decides who's going to get pulled. He has that kid that came and talked to him, put the mark on the door surreptitiously, and then he opens the box. And it just comes to wherever the mark is. It's called to the mark.
Or maybe it's like he has to put the name in the box.
It doesn't matter the process at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, whatever.
The point is it has been summoned.
Yeah, and it's coming for the Kravenarium.
Yeah.
And
it wants this poor Derek Hines.
Yeah.
Before that, it was Loki's Lake. Here's a suggestion from the other island. That is no longer a suggestion. We are holding his feet to the fire. The Kravenarium and the villagers need to do this ritual.
Okay.
Yep. And need to ward him off.
I'm gonna let you quickly RP part of that out, how you want to handle this. It is going to take a good roll. And I'm okay allowing people to stack sixes. Like, I was thinking of doing this with everybody because you're all arguing and working together.
Oh.
I'm going to allow everyone to put a number of, the dice pool together, which is a big number, but it's okay because my thought process is, while they believe, and I'm just going to explain my logic and then we'll go through the rolling. While they understand that your guy has been picked, while they understand that shouldn't have happened, right? That's wrong. But we know what happened. Like Torshavn, that's bad. Like, that happened, the whole island's suffered. If we can get this back on the course by killing him, they think it's Lorgi they need. They're hoping that if Lorgi goes tonight, that this will set things right. You're trying to convince them to break the pattern by doing the ritual, right? To say, we can do this. That's just going to take some convincing.
Yeah. If killing Lorgi buys us more time.
Whoa, when did that happen?
I don't know that that's what we're saying.
No, we don't play
kid
that.
There. That's
I'm saying.
I mean, I'm proud of her as one of mine, but my God. You were so against this up till now, but it's like, hey, if it's Lorgi.
Well, if it calms people down enough for them to see reason for us to talk about the ritual tomorrow.
It ain't worth a life.
I just don't want them killing Derek.
I don't either. So
whatever we have to do to make that not happen.
Adelaide, get Derek.
Okay, Derek, come here.
That's probably more frightening than the Bendrick. I can hide you for a couple hours.
Derek, could you please step inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Come here, Derek.
Swallow.
No.
All right.
Now you're glad I got rid of the clowns, huh? Now you're glad?
Now, yeah, the clowns are no big deal now.
Clowns.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. You're giving the speeches. Sven is still interjecting occasionally. They don't trust him that much. They've definitely broken trust with him. We're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and do manipulation and empathy. All right, I know not everybody's got great numbers in this. Overall, you need 6 sixes as a team. All right.
Okay.
I'm doing this different because again, it's a full action scene.
And what are we rolling again?
D6 empathy.
For empathy?
Empathy manipulation. Yeah.
Okay.
As a group, you need to convince them 6 6s. That's all I'm asking you to do. It's a little different than a normal roll, but that's because you're all teaming together on the subject, trying to convince them that the ritual will be the better choice.
I got one of my 2. So
Well,
I need your all's help.
I have 1.
I got 2.
That's 4. Cyrus?
No.
I don't like
Push
the
it.
silence.
Okay, you can push it.
I'll push it.
Okay, you roll again.
Can
If
I
you
push
fail
it?
1-6. 1-6.
Well, here we
Okay,
go,
so that's
5.
a success.
No, I can't
You
do
can
it.
push it, but if it goes wrong, that's
Okay.
usually a bad thing.
Got it.
Yeah.
Low
All
averages
right.
if you have enough.
I love how I roll 6 dice, I get nothing, but it's like, okay, Lauren, push it. But if it fucks up, my first dice is a 6. There you go.
There you go.
6.
I rolled 8 and only got 1. So
Hey.
Madam.
Madam. Sven just hangs his head down. He's dejected. He's like, he just doesn't believe this. He's so upset that this has all gone south on him. They come to a vote.
I think Sven should be chosen.
Well, it's
No.
not. No, that's not how what you've convinced them to do is.
Yeah.
What you've convinced them to do is to take young people and put them in a boat.
Yes.
They take the little girl that's been hidden and they look at the mother and say, she goes to the boat.
I don't want to interject too much, but hang on real quick. I mean, we've got a few young people too.
No, young meaning little children.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, they need
Steinar!
Sorry. I mean, we are putting our ass on the line here.
Yes,
So.
Steiner's like, I'm young at heart.
No, Steiner was like, we got Mercy. She's prepubescent. Right? Does she count? She's 14. She's right around that age.
You would be better equipped if something
As a
went
blind
wrong.
girl in the
Well,
water.
Yeah, really. Can't that gives her a couple years down, right? For the blindness.
Mm-mm.
Down with the blindness.
Any of you would be better equipped than their children, right?
To
Because
do what?
anything, just in case something goes wrong. It's just a thought.
You wanted Adelaide and I to sit in that boat.
I'm
was
not
a
a child
thought.
25 for the last time.
Okay.
I'm
Adelaide
25 years old.
Adelaide just looks young. The young one is
Adelaide, to be fair, I thought you were like 21. I'm so
I think
sorry.
that's awesome that she's screaming that in the group of everybody. I'm 25 for the last time. I am not a child.
No, I thought you were admittedly a few years younger. Yesenia, how old's
22.
Yesenia?
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, I'm the
All
old
right.
hag then. Okay.
So
How old
I'm
is
the
she?
old hag.
Maybe I got them
Physically.
confused.
You're physically the youngest.
Yeah.
That's
I
so
cannot believe you.
What?
Little Britta is going into has been pulled from her mother's arm and her grandmother's arms. They're screaming. Lorgy is like, he grabs his wife and says, what do you expect us to do now? You did this to us. Always good when one parent turns on the other at those moments of crisis.
Absolutely.
He's not doing his best husband skills right now,
Yeah.
but you can understand, I guess, why. So she's freaking out. She's got a black eye. She's already got a puff in the face because they beat the hell out of her. And they're taking her kid as first in the boat. And they're like, how
So
many does
they're-
the ritual call for?
They're going to sacrifice a bunch of kids to make this thing go
No,
away.
they're going to
No.
use them as it takes
they're
3.
going to gift 3 children.
But
and
they're going to try to,
summit,
right. The idea is don't break the circle and he can't get to
but
the
we
kid.
cannot break the circle.
The
And
question
and
is is Sven quietly smiling inside that he's fooling these people like this? Because I think he's manipulating all of this.
well, here's the thing, and I don't know. We have to. I'll do it. So I'm gonna speak up.
No.
I'm gonna. Is there like a something like a box or something I can stand on to make myself taller?
You mean the one that they pull the names from?
Yeah, that'll work.
You know that really ancient box that they've been.
We've
Yeah,
got a box
I need
back
to
at the
step on
camp.
Yeah, no, you step up on a table.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna give a loud whistle, and everyone listen. This only works if every one of you, and I'm looking at each villager. I'm trying to make contact with each circus performer. everyone stands strong and does not break the circle. It failed before because someone was weak and broke the circle. That is the only way that this succeeds.
I don't want to speak for anybody else, but I'd be honored if the town would allow me to stand in the circle as well. If you can teach me the song, or if it just requires my presence, I'll gladly put myself at risk.
You know
knowing
the ritual. It's up to you. The ritual says the way they were told to do it. You push 3 children into the water as bait, and you keep the adults on the surf on the around the lake with the torches, and nobody moves, and you stay there overnight, like through the night.
I would like to ask.
But if you go in, that could change it. Just saying. Magic doesn't like to play games. Oh, sorry, Betty, go ahead.
I would like to ask that the Kravenarium also be part of the circle.
Everybody but Derek.
We have we have
Who's
Derek.
protecting Derek?
Okay, all right. Guess
No,
we gotta put him in
just
the
give him
circle.
some of the midgets.
Put him in the boat.
Give him some of the midgets. Derek, we'll find a place for Derek to stay. Derek actually is he's a tough old nut. He'll come down to the lake. He'll be all right.
He just stands away from everybody else. Don't you come near me.
I'll stand next to Derek.
Don't you touch me.
The villagers
Poor
next to him with the torch, he touches them. He's like, get away from me. So you've convinced the village to try it. Sven is obviously very concerned. He thinks it's all going to fail. He keeps warning them. He storms off.
I don't think we should let him storm off.
Yeah, no, he's part of this.
Okay, so you guys physically hold him back.
No, Sven, I don't think so. I think you need to be part of this. I mean, you started it, so, and if I have to, I will physically grab him and drag him back.
Okay, that's evil Joel again. I like that. Yeah, no need. He sits down. He just gives you a dirty look.
It sucks when we're caught, doesn't it?
You are so immature.
Forever.
I'm gonna take my stand against the mom.
Okay.
I'm gonna get on one side of her.
All right. So we're going to deal with the ritual, and we'll figure out exactly what happens next time. But from all of us here, I want to say that's where we're going to wrap this one up. So part 8 should be close to either conclusion or the penultimate one, depending on how crazy the ritual gets. But yes, we're going to try to do the song at the lake. There is a lake not far from Vismana. There's lakes all over the Faroe Islands. This one, if I am not mistaken, is called, I think I kept it over here, and hell, I did not. So we will give that name next time. I forgot to write it down. But yes, we will go into that, and we will set the torches, sing the song, the fog will come, and we will see what happens next time. But from all of us, thank you so much for joining us. I can't do any of this without my players. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We're probably going to be changing over after this chapter anyway, over to strictly a podcast, just because we're having split reactions all over the place, and it's too many platforms. So we're going to be filming it anyway. We'll do it for us, but we're probably going to be switching over to just podcast only. So if you want to check that out, go to any of your favorite podcasting apps, Google Play, iPad, the iPlay, Spotify. They all have us. So you can check us out there, and we'll give you time to get that all adjusted. But until next time, I want to thank everybody. There's their names, and we will see you next time. Cast, thanks so much, and good night.
Good night.